web applications are not only the most targeted by hackers, they're the most breached by hackers. The primary reason for this is they're connected to where all the data sits, whether that's personal information or financial information that's available to the consumers using those web applications. The hackers know that that's the entry point or the front door to that data for the organization. Now, the exploit patterns have actually changed over the last few years, and I don't think most organizations are aware of this. If it was 10 years ago, the time between a vulnerability being announced and it being exploited in the wild was about 45 days. In 2017, in the case of Equifax as the most notable breach of that year, we saw the exploit pattern reduced to 3 days between the vulnerability announcement and the exploit. While a lot of people focus on Equifax as the breached organization, they don't realize that during that same week, within those same few days after the vulnerability was announced, we saw nation states scanning the DoD networks. We saw the Canadian Revenue Office, Canada Statistics, the Japanese Post, Okinawa Power, and India Post were all breached through the same vulnerability within the same week. I think we need to be much more aware that not only have our development and security practices gotten faster through automation, but our adversaries are using similar technology to speed up their attack patterns. More recently, in 2018, we're seeing the time between vulnerability exposure and exploit reduced down to 0. That hackers are basically injecting malicious code into the software supply chain where they can attack as soon as those open source components or open source software are deployed into production.